evening, Liliana.
Hello, Valeria. Good evening.
First let me thank you for your time and for to be here with me.
Thanks a lot, Valeria, too. It is a pleasure to have this kind of interview with you.
Brilliant. Now I have some questions for you in order to know you more.
Oh,
So
perfect.
let's start with the first question. What inspired you to choose teaching as a career path?
Thanks a lot for this question. It's a great one. Thanks. First, let me tell you that I feel like I wanted to be a teacher. All my life since I was a baby. Well, that's what I felt. And let me tell you that is something really important. Since I was a student, high school student especially, I always admire my teachers and the impact they had on their students' life. They didn't just teach lessons, they motivated us, they guided us, they make learning in an enjoyable way. That inspired me a lot to follow the same path. I remember that when I was 10 years old, approximately, I used to play with my neighbors and I was their teacher. I would like to add that my high school classmates, they used to tell me that I was good at teaching them when they didn't understand a specific subject, uh, especially English. Um, I would like to tell you that I love English since I was 5 years old. That was the time that my father started talking to me in that lovely language.
Mhm. So how has your experience as a student of education been so far?
Well, since I was a university student, to be honest, this new experience it wasn't as good as it seems to be first. It has been difficult. It has been tricky for me because I had to study and work at the same time. So you know that doing both things are they are really tricky for most people. And let me add that at first I thought that studying this career would only be about learning techniques and new methods, no, and maybe new ways to repeat what I learned. But in fact, after some time, I realized that it's much more than that, no, than just repeating all what we know. It involves understanding how students think, how they learned. We must take into consideration that most of our students they learn in different ways. In the past, maybe we believe that they maybe that all of them have the same way of learning, but it was wrong, right? And but now I'm more conscious about that, and I know that it's important to know how to support them emotionally and academically.
Definitely. What skills do you consider are most important for teachers today?
Uh, well, t- in my opinion, Valeria, teachers today they need a combination of soft and technical skills, communication, empathy. They are essential because we work with diverse students. We have different learning styles, and it's also important to have creativity to design engaging lessons. The students, teachers, they must. They must be able to create new lessons that maybe made their students feel more connected, more engaged with their class, and in order to make them feel more motivated too. Um, I will also add that teamwork, problem solving, and emotional intelligence help teachers create a positive and a great environment for their students.
Mhm. That sounds so interesting. How do your university or training courses prepare you for real classroom situations?
Well, my university, in this case, uh, they offered a strong balance between theory and practice. We studied different subjects like foundations, a history of education, because it's important to note how was the education in the past, and in order to make a contrast, in order to know how this education changed over that time, right? Um, then we have um, psychology and technique, yes, and teach methodology courses. We know that it's important to learn new techniques. How to teach is really important to note. In the past, I had the wrong idea that okay, I want to be a teacher is because it's something simple, right? Just we need to repeat what we learned. But no, in fact, it's more than repeat what we learned. It's a is the way how can you use those techniques that you learned, the way that you create a good environment to make their students learn in an interactive way. So it's tricky, and these experiences give us the confidence to manage a lesson, in this case to manage uh, our classroom, deal with unexpected things, and apply different theory to real life context.
Mhm. Have you done any teaching practice or internship? What did you learn from it?
Well, let me tell you that I have been working as a teacher since 2020, so I have a few years of experience teaching English. And so it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Some people say that, or maybe we have the wrong idea that our students can just learn with teachers, but not. Teachers, they can also learn with students, and I learned a lot from them. They they taught me a lot, and well, I would like to also mention that one of the most important valuable things that I learned through these years of experience, it's I learned that each student is really different from others. So flexibility and empathy, they are important keys to learn. And those experiences help me become more confident, more responsible, and passionate about teaching.
Mhm. It's clear that people have faced challenges in recent years. So, in your opinion, Liliana, how has technology changed education?
Well, technology has completely transformed education. Not only this one, it also has an important role to play in our society. No, we know that we have in uh, in a really technological world. For example, now we have the uses of intelligent of artificial intelligence that, as you can see it, It has, well, it helps us a lot. It helps a lot of students to learn and to make new things. And it has made, in this case, our technology, it has made learning more interactive, more accessible, and personalized. Now students can now access to different platforms, different information easily and quickly, not as quickly as it was in the past. It's really, really fast. Our students can learn through videos, applications, and online platforms. For teachers, technology provides endless of sources, from digital presentations, for example, to our virtual classrooms. It also allows to connect with the students, no, to be and to stay more connected with them, no, outside that traditional and well-known classroom, and make lessons more dynamic and
Mhm.
engaging.
So, how has your own career adapted to technological advancements?
Well, I try to integrate technology into my daily teaching practice. To be honest, at first, at the beginning, it wasn't easy. I, mm, well, I didn't have enough knowledge, or I didn't know how to use these tools. I didn't have the faintest idea. But then I start finding more information about news interactive platforms. For example, now I use interactive tools like Kahoot, quizzes, Bamboozle, Google Classroom, Blueket, Gymkit to make learning fun and 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 maybe collaborative. I've also learned to design some materials such as quizzes, presentations, and videos. Now I can make my own word walls, for example. No, in the past, it was tricky for me. And I continue using digital tools to make my classes more flexible.
Mhm.
Yes.
Looking into the future, how do you see your role as a future teacher in society?
Well, I see myself as more than just a teacher, a traditional teacher that, well, we know that a teacher teaches. No, more than that. Not just repeat as robots the information that we know. It's more than that. I want to be a mentor, a guide, and a positive influence to my students. I would like to be that kind of teacher that my student says, I want to be that kind of teacher, no? Or it's maybe to listen that expression, no, I love that teacher because of this, because she guide us, she teach us with patience. And we must take into consideration that teachers play a key role in shaping futures in in this future life. We don't only teach academic context, we also teach values, respect, and empathy. So my goal is to help my students believe in themselves, develop critical thinking, and become a kind, responsible. They must learn values that help them to contribute in society.
Thank you so much for your time, Liliana.
Ten salud, Valeria.
Thank you.